Hey guys, how's it going? This is BT Stu. I just wanted to make another video for you. I wanted to go over what I've kind of been talking about in session over the last couple of days, just to kind of clarify everything and what to look for on some of these big moves and the reversals of them, and kind of like when not to try to go against them. But even if you just have to go against them, I think this will save a lot of people like Sargent and maybe Moneymaker and anybody looking for that big reversal. This might be uh, the way to go with this. So I just got a couple videos up here, and then we'll go to I don't know. We'll just pick some and see what happens kind of live going into it. So this one here was on January 12th, and that's supposed to be 2023. I need to change that. But anyway, let's just make this full screen. And so here, let's just look at the, obviously there was news, something happened here. But let's just look at the GJ, for example. So right here, if you have to take this up, you got some blues, you've got stuff against you. When there's a daily against you, I talked about this on Friday and a little bit today, that like when you have an active daily, in my mind, I just say that every time this band flattens out on the 1 hour and then again on the 4, and of course this is going to happen the 1 and 4 at the same time here coming up. But I just assume that this is going to want to keep breaking down. There'll always be retracements, but it's like that job for that signal in my mind is for it just to keep going down. So anyway, if you have to take this up, this is what I'm trying to eliminate the losses when you're trying to take this up, because you can enter this 10, 15, 20 times and just keep losing and losing and losing. But entering this way, you might miss a couple. Not very often will you miss them, but you might. But even when you think that it's like oh, I missed this move, you'll be surprised how many times it still comes back to have another entry. But anyway, we'll just kind of flip through here. So what we're looking for on this GJ is that we're looking for a your first green up. So you need a green candle on the 15. You don't have one, right? So you just don't have one at all happened yet. So let's just go ahead and go forward. I don't want to try to do this live through this. It'd take forever. But okay, here's your first green candle showing up. In 5 minutes it's going to be live. And I love it when it goes up and it has a little bit of a wick. So, and this one didn't even do that, so it didn't wick. But now you have your first green candle. So now here's what you're looking for. At this point in time, and you kind of do because you have it on the 1 hour area. But at this point in time, all you're doing is looking for, okay, if you have to take this up because you see all this other stuff, you're looking for it to come all the way back down to the HA. So I mean, look, it's at 61 right now, and it's got to come all the way back down to 32, or meet this flipped up band, which it will. But you have to wait for that to happen. So you can't take this up yet until it meets up with that. So let's just go, and then mom's change. So that's the rule of eliminating how many losses you could possibly have. So at this point in time, you missed all this. All right. So there's where it came down, and it was meeting the flipped up band. So you could have entered here. You might have missed this. This was it coming down. But if you entered here, what I'm getting at is that you would have wanted to enter twice. And here it is. If you see this move, the first green candle finished. It reacted. Sorry, my phone's ringing. It reacted down here, which was the HA flipping up. Mom's change, and then it moves up. So in this move right there, there's 30 pips. So I mean, there's a ton of volume in here right now. So what I've been suggesting is that you enter this twice. All right, so at this point in time, somewhere in here on mom change, you would have entered this twice, and it just went straight up for you. So if you just have, the reversalitis and the fear of missing out, this would be the best way to do it, is to enter twice here, and then this went directly up, right off the HA band with momentum, and it went up. So at that point in time, you'd have one trade that closes at 12 pips, which would have happened so fast. Um, so you're up 12 pips. And then right away, what I'm suggesting to do is that you pull your stop loss up from 7 or 10 or whatever you have it as it, and put it at 3. So right now you've entered twice. One trade's already out. You're up probably 20 by now. So you could just close both trades out if you're happy with 30 pips that fast, which it's great. I would suggest closing it out. But if you still like, okay, this is it. This is going to be so huge. It's going all the way here in one trip, and I don't want to miss that. All right. If you believe that, then leave that in. And at this point in time, you're up 12, and all you can do is lose is 3. So as long as you follow me here, so you're up 12, and no matter what happens, all you can do is lose the 3 pips of the, so this will stop your fear of missing out if you think this is the one. All right. There's a lot showing up here, but with this, that daily's not done. And when I see it barely hit something like that and just a little bit of a break, I know that it still wants to push down. Always going to be something, where it'll come up. And, as you can see, like kind of jumping off target here on the 1 hour, it's doing exactly, the thing that you're looking for is that it went up, first green candle, came down, which was the HA, down there too, and back to the 5 actually, so back down, and then it's going to go up. Now how far it's going to go up right now, you're saying, okay, 1 hour orange road is probably the bounce. You've got a 15 white now, which I love them just because they're kind of telling you that it's going to come back down. You have down labels on the 1, so you're saying 1 hour orange road, probably a good area to be looking for this down. You have the daily, which, like I said, I just think that every time that daily happens, it wants to break, more down. It wants to break this 4 hour. Again, it flattened out. It wants to break it. So, even though with those blues, that's what I always feel like makes the blues fail. So, either way, at this point in time, like I said, you're up 12. And so you can't lose. So let's just see where this goes. So it starts to come back down here. Could take your pips, be up 30 pips and be fine with it. But like if you think this is the one that's going for 100 pips, then so be it. Leave it in here. Like I said, the worst you can do is lose 3 pips. So it went up all the way to the 5. So I mean, you're probably talking 40 pip move in that. You got these 3 little whites right there. It's back to the flip down here with the 15. So I mean, here's the Roxy. It's telling you right now that it's going down. So it'd have been a good idea to probably close that out. But like I said, if you just had to take it, worst case scenario, you're up some pips and you still only have one that, you could have probably moved into profit at this point in time because it moved up so much, So you, instead of the 3 pips, you could have said, okay, well, I'm going to come up here into the 10, 15. So if this goes against me, now I'm up no matter what. But at this point in time, all you've done is risked out one time, the 2 entries, one time, and you're ahead. So you haven't taken this up. You didn't try to take this up a bunch of times over here and it not work. So me looking at this and, here's a Roxy entry, great entry, it's going down. It's already looking that way anyway. This is just the first green candle on the 4 hour now setting up. So chances are, what will it do? It might stay green, might not, but if it was green, then the next one would come down and go up. But anyway, let's just see what happens here with this one. Okay, killed it down, all because of this. So your entry was the Roxy there, great entry. I love that trade too. I mean, it worked out perfect with the 15-minute whites. So down. I mean, that would have been a beautiful trade. But no matter what, if you had to take it up because of everything you see here and your eyes just can't get off all these blues, and then the help that it has, at this point in time, you have won your trades. You've only taken 2 entries on 1 attempt and won 1 and either lost 1 or won 1, moved it into profit, and still are up. So let's just look at what happened here too. Just, since we're looking at all different things, here we go. You're trying to take this up, want to take this one up. You waited for this green candle. You're like, oh man, I missed all that. But look what happened. Down and then back up. And that down was right, back off of the HA chart. So, there's plenty of time to take things. And if you wait till the momentum's there and and it comes all the way back down to the band, this is going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of losses. All right, so let's just flip through here and see what's going on. Okay, here's a green candle setup again. All right, so you're saying, well, I've got to take this. If this green candle lasts, which it will, it's going to end in 1 minute. All right, so there's the green candle. All right, well, now it's coming back down the HA. All right, momentum is -9 and it's not stopping. So this is not the trade that you're looking for, and until momentum changes. So I could play this out, see if I can ramp this up to 10. I don't know how well it will record going this fast. The same thing's happening. So you're back down here. Momentum hasn't changed. Still down. There it's changed. So you could have taken an entry somewhere in here, right there. And at 4 or 5, you're already up 12. So, honestly, one of your trades already won. So now at this point in time, you can't lose. You move it up, 3 pips or even into profit. And going against this huge move down, you've had 2 attempts. You've had 2 wins. And it all depends on you on what you wanted to take. So, you still got everything flipping down. But it has broke. I still believe it's got more down to it. But you're out nothing at this point in time. You're still ahead, even though you're trying to turn this huge move. Okay, so let's just, I'll pause it and flip through this again. So at least you saw that in real time. There it was, come down all the way. Momentum change somewhere in there. It was right up. There was so much volume in this. Like I said, you went up 12, 13 pips. Trade was over on one of them, right away. Now you're still got the other one in there. You could have already moved it into profit, or 0, 3, however you want to do that. That's up to you. If you still want to take a loss, but when it's moving up that fast, just move it up to where you're in profit, or at least even, and then you win 12 pips no matter what. But and like that first trade there, that was 30 or 40 or 50 pips if you'd have been in there twice and closed it at the flip down of the band. But anyway, it's all up to you on how much you want to take and where you want to close your trades. But this is just for this entry, so you're limiting potential losses. So let's just go ahead and flip through here. Look at that, back down. So even though that lost, that failed, it still was a win for you because you took one and maybe only lost 3 pips. All right, so now you got to wait for this whole thing to set up again. All right, look at all that you have. Still coming down. So you have to wait for this setup to happen again. So there it is. Again, you got another green. Here it's coming down. I don't know if it changed there. We'd have to go back and look. I don't think it did. Yeah, there it changed somewhere in there. So somewhere in there you could try it again. So you're entering somewhere in this one around 82. It's up to 93 already, went up to 99. So, I mean, again, you're already a 12 pip winner. You can still have another one in there because you're like, man, this time it's going to go all the way. I mean, it has to. So right now you've entered this 2 attempts. You've won now 3 attempts, and you've won every one of them. So you're not out any pips whatsoever with even just a 7 pip stop loss with that much volume in it. So, because you entered, at the right time. So went up to 98, 100, somewhere in there. So again, one trade's already out. Next one, you move up into either even or, just minus 3 pips, whatever you feel comfortable with. This is evolving, so, it's looking stronger. It's pushing up. So, I mean, you're looking at this and it's like, it's going back to, somewhere in there. Got a lot of flip down still, but it doesn't matter. You're already a winner, and the other ones, just you're keeping it in there. Now you're up another 20, 30. You're probably up 30 something pips on that one trade. I mean, if you like your pips, take them, but if you're wanting to go for 100, go ahead and hold it. And then it took you out. Because this is exactly what's happening here is, look, it went up and then it's coming back down. This still, it just wants to break that. So that's what I'm assuming the whole time, is that every time, the new flat bands come out, that it wants to break it until eventually, the day ends. That's not there anymore. But anyway, like I said, at this point in time, you've risked very little. You've actually won every trade you've taken. So didn't come down, didn't break anything like that, and not to confuse it. I'm not going to talk about that yet. So anyway, here it is. You got another green. So you're like, well, it has to go up this time, So you have another green. It's coming back down to the HA. You would wait for moms. So there it is. Now you're going to enter again somewhere in here, 80, 82. And, first trade's already out, so you're already up another 12 pips. You're not out nothing. You still got your second one. You've either moved it into profit or below 3 pips below, whichever way you want to do it. Doesn't matter. But you're up. It's coming back down. So it either took you out from your other trade or you closed it when it was up here at the band. But either way, at this point in time, you have won every single entry without loss. Even though you might have lost your second trade, took you out for 3 pips or, in profit already, but you're still ahead in every attempt. But there's only been 4 in all these hours. Look, 4 attempts to try to take this up, and that's all that you should have tried to do, instead of trying to take this up 10 times in 15 minutes and lose every single one of them, because that's what would have happened. But waiting for this limits what's happened, or any of the losses. And then here it is, pushing still up. So I mean, this is eventually, this is going to go eventually. And what'll probably be the since this is pushing it down, it'll be the new day coming in. We'll probably have a white up appear on the 15, and that'll be the catalyst to take it the rest of the way up. So anyway, that's just one one example of this. And you can go and look at this and look at the other ones on here and see that kind of happening on these other moves as well. So say you would have tried to take this one up. Hey, I got a green candle, why not take it up? All right, well, I guarantee you that it broke that without having any moms When it came back down to the HA band, there were no moms, and it just went ahead and broke through the HA and then the 5 and the 15 again. So see, that was a no-go. Here, you got your first green candle. It comes back down to the HA band. You got moms. It went up. That trade, you would have won that, and then you could have tried the attempt again. Went up. I'm not paying attention to the volume on that one that much, but anyway, you understand what I'm saying, I hope, at this point in time. So this is probably going to be a long video. I usually don't make long videos, but it's important that I go through this and I really show you guys how you can be super patient and really limit any of those losses when you just have to turn a trade. And like I said, you'll start seeing when the trades are going to happen, with the flow of things, like this one down and the bigger ones, that one down. But like I said, if you have to take it up, so be it. This will stop you from losing 100 times. So let's go through here again. Same thing. I'm sticking with the GJ. It was big moves. So look, this was that from yesterday. Still pushing down. So that just kept getting up into here. But all those attempts, you'd have been okay on. Just right here again. Look, down, then back up. You'd have been fine on that. You'd have entered off the HA down here, went up, closed one, and then the other one might have taken you out for 3 pips, but so what? Here again, this one, you'd have tried, you'd have looked at it. I guarantee you there were no moms when it broke again, so now you have to wait for a whole nother green candle to show up before you can even think about taking this up. So that's where you're at right now. You're just like, okay, well, I got a blue here. You really don't have any blues anywhere else, so really this, other than the fact that I know that it broke this big flipped up, shattered it, so it's going to go up eventually. But let's just go ahead and go through here. Still going down. All these trades down. So you're getting things on the head here. So, like I said, this is the down trades were the way to go. But if you had to take this up right now, just by looking what I'm looking at, you'd have won the only trade that you should have attempted. That one would have never been an attempt. And so now you're waiting for the next one. So far you've missed a ton of pips down, but you haven't lost any up. All right. So there it is. Your first green candle. Look what happened. First green candle, back down to the HA, and then now it's going up. You'd have won that already. So 12 pips won. You're 3 pips in already. It'd have been your moved your stop loss up to 3. So at this point in time, you'd be +9 regardless what happens at this point in time. So, but you can tell that this is starting to warm up. So it's coming back down. Went down further. See, look at that. So you risked that. You didn't lose anything. Didn't lose anything by taking that attempt. There's no blues on these lower time frames. So if you're looking to take that up, you're kind of, going against it. But still, that risk still would have worked because of what you waited for. You waited for that one green candle, the pullback and the momentum change at the HA, and then back up. And then one trade won, one trade would have lost if you wouldn't have moved it into profit. So let's move forward here. All right, so here again. You got that yellow showing up, so it's going up. Just a matter of when. But you're waiting now. You got to wait till quarter after to even think about taking this up. All right. So now the rule is you have to wait for it to come back down to the HA band and momentum change. There, it's coming back down. No momentum, just, burying it. Still no momentum change. Still no momentum change. Still nothing, so you haven't taken one trade up yet. Still going down. So this one so far has been a no-go. So now it's broken again. So you went through all that. You missed that trade, unfortunately, going down, which, it was a good one, just still because of you had the down white. So that was the Roxy again. So a good trade down. But at this point in time, you did not take that one up because it never gave you the entry. So here we go, green candle. So now you're waiting another 15 minutes before you can take that. Or another 5 minutes, sorry. Alright, so there's your green candle. So guess what you want to do? You want to wait for it to come back down to here and momentum change. Okay, coming back down there. There, so momentum did change somewhere right in this area down here, probably around 70, I would say momentum changed. So if you're in this at 70, it needs to hit 82 to win your at least your 12 and to move up. So it looks like it got to 83. I can't see that very well, but so 83. So might have went ahead and got your 12, and then you moved up into your 3 here. So I mean, but there's the move back down and then up into here. All right. And so you've entered here. The second one never took you out of the trade. So now your second one's up, what? 15, 20 pips, 20 something pips now from 70, 25 pips. So you're up 25 pips with this. I mean, now you're getting a white up for that, which there might be a drawback on it, but pullback on that. But anyway, so now you're up 25 pips. You're up 25 and 12. So, you're at 37 pips. So you could take your 37 pips and walk away from this, unless you're just saying, hey, I know this is going all the way up here, so I'm just going to ride this for, a day or two. It's up to you. But there it is. It's a strong, strong move down. I mean, that's ungodly amount of pips. So, but all this time, you have not lost anything by going against this huge move down. And matter of fact, you're back up. It never took you out of that trade, even if you'd have stayed in it. So anyway, there, now you're up, in at 70, you're up 36 pips on that and 12. So if 50 pips, for that entry is great, then so be it. But this is going to happen, so here it is. Now it's really going up. So there it is. You've entered this at I don't even remember how many times you took 2 or 3 in there now, and then finally it took off. So you were in every one of those at the right times. It never went against you. You took pips and then limited your risk, and then you scored big. So you got your the fear of missing out and your reversalitis all taken care of by doing that. So and I'm sure the same things happened on the other trades as well, if you were taking any of these other ones, whichever way. So it happens constantly. It happens on all the pairs. Just looking at this one, you could even have done it here. Here's the first green candle on 15 after the move down, and after it broke some things, even then. But I'm talking big moves. You want to do this when there's blues on the 4, and when you're trying to turn, a big flip up. It works all the time on smaller time frames. It's just it's great when you know that there's going to be 12 pips in between here and there. You know, in that little time, in that little space, the pips are always there. So anyway, let's go to let's just pick something here. We got somewhere I haven't been before. Okay, let's see. Well, it looks like I've been on this one. It doesn't matter. We'll just do it where I can't tell what's happened. This will be the last one, and then so okay. Looks like you know, this already started to happen. So let's just take a look at it. You know, but you got your first down on the on this. So you know, as you're saying to yourself, well, it's the first down on the 1 hour. If that happens on all the other time frames, chances are it's going to bounce back up. You know, hit something like the 5-minute flip down. You know, because you're not dealing with the HA anymore because it's not on the 15-minute time frame, but it's probably the 5 or the 15 flip down because you're on the 1 hour time frame. So you know you're expecting that bounce up. But anyway, I guarantee you with this, okay, you have your first down here, that one won, and I guarantee you had your first down here, and this one, when it came back up to the HA, it never would have changed momentum before it broke, you know, the bands again. So, and then you got your, now your, again, a red candle down. This one come back up to the bands, and that was your, it came back up to the HA. I guarantee you had momentum in there, and then that was your down. So you know, and there's the, you know, little up and then back down. So, you know, back up into, you know, that area and then down. And that's hitting the one, you know, I mean, but there's not going to be much of a reaction because where it's coming in off of. You know, it's the daily orange road. So, you know, it's coming down, and it might mess around in here forever, you know, but it's coming down here, and eventually, you know, this is coming in off of the 8-hour break. So I'm saying to myself, it's at least getting to the 4-hour orange road, if not breaking the 4-hour band. We'll just go ahead and flip through here. There's your 1 hour up. And then where'd it go to? Went back up to the 5-minute band. And then now it's going to head back down. Because when it's coming in off of that break, I mean, it's going down now. It's not going to continue to, you know, take off up this way. You know, especially with the rest of the bands flipping down so fast. So anyway, you should just be in this down now, and then every time it comes up here, you know, you can just take it back down. You know, even with these flip ups, it's still just going to go down. And you're like, oh man, it seems like it wants to, it's having struggle going there, but same thing's happening here. You got your first 4-hour red candle. So it's bouncing up a little bit. Where's it bouncing to? Oh, you know, 5-minute, 15 orange road there. Or, I mean, bands again. You know, but it doesn't matter. You entered, you know, somewhere up in here, so now you're just riding that down. Just see where it goes. But they got back up to the band again. And that's what I said, a good 15-minute would be a good entry off of that. And then down. So what's the date on this? Where are we at? February 6th. Where are we at? So let's go to February 7th. Okay, so wow. I mean, look, this is where your entry was, up there, right in that area. So if you'd have entered the two times and you would have just let one run forever, I mean, you probably picked up, a couple hundred pips off of that move. Uh, Most people won't let them run that far, but like I said, I mean, it just, when it's coming in off of that, I'm at least assuming to the, 4 hour orange road. And most of the time it breaks that because it wants to get all the way back down to this band. So, huge move down. Let's see how you would have fared trying to take this up on this huge move down. Well, first one here, green candle, came down. It never would have, I guarantee it would have never had momentum once it came to the HA band because it just kept going down. So now you had a second green candle. You had after it broke everything again, have another chance at it. Okay, so here, I bet you when it came down here, it would have had momentum and it went up, and then it just continued up to the flipping down band. So I'm sure that you'd have had a trade in there as well. So now here again, first green candle up, comes back down. You would have entered somewhere in here, and then it's went up. Even though it went down a little bit further, you might have not entered until right in there, when the momentum changed on that. But, and you might have lost one in there. I don't know. I wouldn't know without looking at it, but we're not in the class yet. I'm going through there and just showing you where these trades are at. First green candle on the 1 hour. What happens? Got that nice little wick there, comes down into here, and then goes up. And so I guarantee you that whole setup would have been in there, and you would have got your 12, and depending on what you did with the second trade, you'd either broke even -3 or closed in profit before it went ahead and crashed down. So same thing, now you had your green, you're back in this up, and you're just waiting to see what happens with this. All right, so let's go ahead and let this play out. First green candle on the Y, went down a little bit to the HA, back up. So, there it is. You're already in it, and you were in it down there. You already been in this one, but if you'd have just wanted to go off of the 1 hour one, it was in there, right there. So, like I said, there's so many opportunities to take these. Just wait for the first green candles when you're trying to turn these big moves. Like I said, right now, if you'd just waited for the ones, you'd only had one attempt. This had been your second one. After that green candle, here was your entry. You'd already been up on it. And you can, do some more pips if you're dealing with the bigger time frames. But on the 15, like I said, it would have worked, or momentum would have never changed, and then that's when it goes, down below to and breaks it. And then you got to wait for the whole setup to start over again. So let's just see what happens. Just got shot down, killed, because it went up, wants to break that. So cool. It doesn't matter to you. That good. You entered. You won your trades. You either broke even. So if you still have to take this up and you didn't take that down, especially now you got another 15 minute down, so it's going to come up and keep wanting to go down. The labels were all down. There was a lot of things telling you down, but now you got a blue on the 1, and you've got blue. Yeah, that's still a 1 now, but so now you start looking. Okay, well, I'm going to attempt this again. I came out okay on that one. First green candle, there it is. So that's what you waited. It's coming down into there. Probably already did it there. Momentum. Already got your, there's already 12 pips in there. So already won, even in that little thing, just on the momentum change, could have been somewhere in there. one easy. So now, same thing. You haven't risked nothing. You haven't. You're still in one. You know, moved into profit or not. So you know your entry was somewhere in this area. So if it doesn't go below this area, you're good. You know, with your second trade, one's already won. Got nothing to lose at this point in time. You know, so you could decide to take, your pips at 73 to whatever the hell that says up there. I can't see it again. But anyway, let me blow this up. Yeah, so your entry was in here. It doesn't look like there's a lot of volume in here, but 60 something, to 83. So you could decide, okay, I'm taking all of it out. It's coming back down. Here it is, your first green on the one. So there it is down, which would be looking for it somewhere in there, or this second move about to happen. Didn't happen. See, you're looking for it down here. Still hasn't happened. You're not out anything. You're still maybe in that second trade if you'd have held it. But still wouldn't have taken you out there if you were entered right in there. It'd have been close. But either way, it's like if you were looking for this on the 1 hour move after the green candle, like I said, you wouldn't even be thinking about it until it got back down to the 5-minute band. To look for this hit down and then back up. So looks like it got all the way up to the flip down again and back. So that trade was still in there. This one's wanting to take you out. And then so if you were still in that beginning one, it's finally taking you out. So this one, even with the 1 hour, you'd have got in it somewhere in here, and when it went up, if you'd have took your 12 pips, if you'd have took the winner in there, you'd still be out nothing. You'd be up, even when that crashed down against you and it's not ready to go up yet. So there it is again. First green candle on the 15. Your entry would have been down here, right off of, at this point in time in the day, there's, not a whole lot of volume anymore. So, but you get what I'm getting at here, is that if you wait for it to come down and take it up, enter 2 times, always take one, move your other one into 3 pips, or if it really goes up, take all your pips. We'll just go ahead and move real forward on this. And then if you'd have kept that second one in, look at that. 50 pips in there somewhere, 30 or 40 by the time you entered, off a first green one, back down into there, onto the HA, band, momentum starts, and there it is all the way up from, say, 65 to 95, say, you close. So 30 pips in there. No risk to speak of when it comes to entering and waiting to turn these bigger moves. Take some patience to sit there and watch some of them go by, especially like when you see that move down and you're going against that and you missed all that there. But that's okay, because some of you just still, you see the blues, you see the yellow reds, and you just have to take it up. So if you have to take it up, just do it this way, and you will limit and almost completely eliminate your losses, and you will never have big losses in a day. So my wife's texted me, and I got a bunch of people trying to get a hold of me for other things now. So man, I hope this helps everybody. I made a long video. I usually am short to the point, but I really wanted to pound this into everybody's head. So so you can see this on, multiple levels and how this all happens. So anyway, like I said, I hope this helps everybody. I mean, it should make a world of difference in your losses when it comes to trying to turn something and just keep going against it and letting something kill you. So, like I said, if you have to, half your lot size, enter like this with 2 entries. So, I mean, you're not risking any more than you've ever risked. Take your 12, move the other one up either into 0 or 3 pips below. Because once it starts moving, it usually takes the first 12 out pretty fast, especially on the GJ. And then, just go ahead and either close at a 15 band on a flip down band because it's going to react. So it's just up to you. You're out nothing to let it run and wait for that big one that is going to come eventually. Off of this. It broke that flip up. It's only a matter of time before it's going to go up, and it's going to go up 50 pips, and it's going to come up into this area, and it just will. So that at least, like I said, will limit your losses, if not completely eliminate them. Like I said, with the 2 entry process, you always have with the 2 entry system like this, you're always going to have that one where you're taking profit, and the other one you're still getting that whole FOMO thing taken care of. So you can still be on that big one and not worry about the loss. So anyway, like I said, hope this helps, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow in class. I'll try to get this uploaded tonight, and if you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow. I hope that I explained this well enough. That's why I just keep going over the same things over and over. And I mean, I can point this out to you after the fact all day long, but I wanted to show you as it was happening, because like it's literally everywhere on the board right now when I see it. This one up, back down, and there it was. It was meeting something. It was meeting the HA. It was meeting, something. The 5, whatever. I mean, it was the HA that did it, and when the momentum hit there, it just went straight up. And then there you're talking 40 pips in that move right there. And you waited for the green candle the entire time. First green candle there, same thing down, HA, and then it would have went up. And I guarantee you it would have taken at least your 12 pip win before it turned and then went down. So you're out nothing again. Same thing with this one. First green candle, wait, would have been the HA. Moms, take it up for the win. Vice versa. Look at that. You missed that huge trade down. Oh man, you're really upset. Wait for that up. It's going to be the HA somewhere in there. Momentum, take it down. You got your 12. You're still in it. I'm not even looking now, so I'm not looking to really what's going on. But you get what I'm going at. You just have to wait for at least one green candle before you attempt it. So I'll talk about the other thing. I'll talk about the 5 minute, and you can do the same thing on the 5. You can do the same thing on every single time frame. So it's just depending on what's with you, it's a little bit riskier on the 5 when you're talking about changing a big movement. So anyway, concentrate on the 15. Do it like I said, because there's not as many pips in between that move, to take your 12. So that's why I didn't really want to talk about the 5. I just wanted to mention it for now. We can go over it another time. But anyway, like I said, 2 entry system. Enter, HA, mom change right there. Close. Let one close at 12 pips. And then the other one, you completely decide. You choose what you do with it after that. You're either going to get a loss of 3 and be up 9 pips, or you're going to get your stop loss back down at 0 and be up 12 pips, or you're going to let it run, or you're going to catch the big one, or you're going to close it at the a flip down band or something like that with lots of pips in profit. So either way, it's a win. It's a way to win no matter what. So again, you can ask me tomorrow. I got to go now. I keep beating this into your head because I really don't want you to lose anymore. So anyway, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good one.